Future predictions. Things that you will have to have a very awkward conversation with your children about. Number 1. Why stepdaddy is really stepdaddy number 6. Number 2. The Chinese symbol that you thought meant friends forever on your lower back, that you later found out, from a horrible affair with your Asian culture's professor, that actually means party in the back. Number 3. That pesky OnlyFans account where you put random objects inside your log factory for $4 a session that were then recorded or screenshot and posted everywhere else on the internet. Oh, by the way, we may have a fun segment coming up in the near future. Number 4. That award from Pornhub for finishing it. And number 5. Why you yell out in your sleep, "Let go of my ears, I know what I'm doing," 4 times a week. Hello, and welcome to a show that says as soon as Nick Cannon's 11th baby is born, he should qualify as an active shooter. Here on the PeterPod Network!
To people who don't know who I am, show at my special. That's bullshit.
Part of me really believes that. The other part is I just like pissing off people with kids, you know?
I'll tell you what. If you've seen him before, you're going to want to see him again.
Sending this fashion statement says I'm having a good fucking time!
Hello, my people, and welcome back to the PeterPod Network as we celebrate episode 29 from the Four Wall Studio here in chilly Thornton, New Hampshire. And why are we in Thornton, New Hampshire this week? Well, as it turns out, we have a fan up there who invited us for a couple drinks up at Sullivan's Bar, of all places, and graciously allowed us to use space in their own studio to record this week's show. Big thank you to Aaron for the hospitality, my friend. Not bad, right? Which should be a lesson to the rest of you. We get a few invites here and there to come to a particular town to wander around and report on it. Usually it's a request to write a song or rant making fun of it. But either way, the key to our heart and incentive to drive across half the state, to where you want us, is free beer. Once we saw that, well, nothing mixes with the old creative juices as much as alcohol. And with that cocktail in our blood, our show is just dying to be made. So with that said, make sure to hit that subscribe button and of course follow us on all the major socials. Remember, we are now posting every weekday something new on Facebook and Twitter as a show of appreciation. And along those lines, the PeterPod Network would like to thank all of you for a dramatic increase in viewers from episode 27. Double the folks almost that we usually see lately have checked out the PeterPod Network, and we hope you liked what you heard because we are happier than a monkey jacking off in the corner because of it. The last 2 weeks, we've been receiving more than the usual amount of emails at the PeterPod Network at gmail.com, letting us know way too much about way too many of you. So keep it up. Hearing from you and hearing your stories or suggestions is one of the highlights of our week, and we always want to see more. With that said, make sure to write into the PeterPod Network at gmail.com and keep the trend going. Write out your friends or tell us what you did with a dog over the summer. Whatever it is, just be prepared to be made fun of. Check out the archives at PeterPodNetwork.com to see all the full episodes and everything else PeterPod Network related, all at the click of a button. Make sure to check out the new songs too while you're there, just to be fully up to date in everything PeterPod Network. Should also mention that we are thinking of redesigning PeterPodNetwork.com, so let us know what you would like to see when you come take a visit to our little internet home away from home. Now, before we get started with this week's show, there is an election in the air and all kinds of things are starting to surface in the world, and more specifically, in the world of politics. And I don't know if you guys remember about 10, maybe 12 episodes ago, and I called you all whiny fucking bitches for the way that you handle your politics. Well, pretty sure that's about to happen again. And I have to say, it has left this shitty podcast host with really one question. Every time I hear people take a view, and what I mean by that is anyone who expresses an opinion of any fucking kind apparently is immediately classified as either Republican or Democrat. Or the one that really annoys the fuck off my muffin, they end up being either liberal or conservative. What the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? We have a country with consistent presidential elections that ends with votes of 51% for this guy and 49% for that girl or vice versa. And for some reason, everyone thinks your opinion on one subject defines you as one thing. How the hell does that work? Apparently, we live in a world where if you're pro-life, then you are automatically anti-immigration. Or if you would vote for the DACA Act, then you must want to repeal the Second Amendment. You morons do realize that this is insane thinking, right? Are you really prepared to insult someone who disagrees with you about one fucking topic and then watch them vote against the side you want to win, even though they agree with everything else you think. But you don't know that because you were such a one-sided dick that you didn't even bother to ask because of one fucking topic. And now they vote against your chosen one just because they have it in their head that the followers of that person all act like you're dumb, intolerant ass. Because that happens way more than you would like to think. And I promise you that. So next time you decide that your God complex should take a front row seat in your politics, well, maybe you'd be better off if you just go fuck yourself instead. Like I said, whiny fucking bitches. All right, we got a rant coming up, right? Sweet. Who's ready for a rant? Here it comes, right after this. I know I'm not the one you love, but could you help a guy out? I sleep on a sidewalk and I need your help. Just $1 or $2 could really brighten my day. And if I save it up, I can buy some heroin. And every day you drive on by while I stand out in traffic. My sign might be lying that I'm a vet, but I made more money in a day than you made all last week. And I'm buying fentanyl and I'm gonna go tweak. The joke's on you. I just didn't wanna get a job. The joke's on you. How did you not notice I have a better phone than you? Someday I'm gonna write a book and say everything I did. You're gonna feel dumb for funding my acid trip. Hundreds of dollars a day I let you put in my cup. And all I had to do was stand there and hold my sign up. Joke's on you. I just didn't wanna get a job. The joke's on you. How did you not notice I had a better phone than you? The joke's on you. I really just didn't wanna get a job. Many nights I sit around drinking the cheap wine that you bought me, laughing at you from my living room with all my buddies. We'll raise a toast to you, the idiot who gave me cash. And I'm out here every day after I smoke my last. Joke's on you. I just didn't wanna get a job. Joke's on you. How did you not notice I have a better phone than you? The joke's on you. I just really didn't wanna get a job. What are the words don't know, but I'll carry on, because I've got something to say. And here comes the rant of the week. Hey everybody, welcome back to the rant for episode 29. And I think we got a rant this week that everyone can relate to. Definitely. So what is it? Well, can we please stop telling kids that they can do anything they put their minds to? You cannot fuck Ariana Grande. 6 figures and 80 pounds of muscle say you're out of your fucking mind. I think I ain't the only one who's noticed that the last couple of generations are way too fucking confident that they can save the world and fuck up everything else that the last 5,000 years of civilization has constructed. Confidence like that is fucking dangerous. Confidence like that makes you think you can win the fight. And I think we need to start making every new generation a little more aware that even Mike Tyson couldn't win every fight. Just ask Buster Douglas. So when you as a parent, in all your wisdom, decide that telling your kids that you can be whatever you want to be if you just put your mind to it, please remember that there ain't a lot of 5'8" NBA players out there. There are no astronauts up there who didn't finish high school because of social inequality. And for God's sakes, if nothing else, please, and I fucking beg you, please, educate your stupid little kids on just how many people actually give a shit about what they have to say. Please remind them that not everything that comes out of their mouth is audible gold. When they get the urge to start a rally to protest the systematic racism inherent in all things, they shouldn't be thinking about how this is going to change the world. They should be thinking about the talk mom or dad had with them about how they really need to learn to shut up once in a while. Just because they're your kids doesn't mean you can't tell them from time to time that their ideas are dumb as fuck, and that once they finally get laid, they probably won't give a shit about whatever new age idea they spawn this week in an attempt to gain more Facebook followers. Parents in the last 20 to 30 years, you have seriously fucked up the newest generations with this whole participation trophy attitude. Face it, if your kid needs a participation trophy, then they fucking sucked at whatever they were doing. You know what you do when you win? You get a real fucking trophy that says you won. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not actually sorry, but your kid's a little fucking moron. They all are. So how about we stop lying to them so I don't have to sign a fucking petition every time I want to go get a goddamn cup of coffee? And seriously, what the hell is with the participation trophy anyways? Your dumbass kid, little Jimmy, who is standing all of 3'4" and 70 pounds, and is a bright white motherfucking light in the world, probably will live with the fact that Emmanuel, the 5', 100-pound Dominican ESL kid, runs faster, hits harder, and scores more points in every goddamn game. This is how we learn what our limits are. Kids who don't know that there are things that they just aren't as good at end up being the grown-ass pussy retards who end up catching a domestic because their now ex-girlfriend laughed when they couldn't get it up. And they can't get it up because they were told for 18 years that they could do anything they want to, and no one told them that there is just some shit out there that ain't gonna happen. Has anyone thought that maybe all these school shootings, and yeah, I'm going there, all of these school shootings might be happening not because guns are so easy to get. I mean, let's face it, they always have been. But has anyone wondered if maybe there's a connection to kids killing other kids because someone hurt their feelings? Why do you think there's usually a dead adult laying in their kitchen, bleeding across linoleum from a bullet wound right before they go shoot up their schools? It's because that little fucking bastard was told by that adult that they're a fucking idiot. That's right, folks. Remember to send your hate mail to thepeterpodnetwork@gmail.com. All right, now that I pissed off a hell of a lot of people, let's get to the news. What can you hear about this fucked up town? Only on the news. Hear it on the news. Did some crackhead run out into traffic? Find out on the news. Crack is a hell of a drug. Heard it on the news. Where's my beat? Yeah. Building came in, find an alien, find out on the news. Is mother really your brother? Find out on the news. Mom, you got a lot of explaining to do. Holy shit, we are back, and this is the news for episode 29. Now that Hurricane Ian has come and gone, the residents of Florida have begun picking up the pieces of their homes. Oh, God, yeah, they're picking up actual pieces of their homes to drag back to throw on the pile of their other pieces of their homes. God, that's fucking sad that they have been collecting all over their neighborhoods, and that's even worse. But the fun has just begun in the Sunshine State as open season on looters has begun, and the signs alone are fucking hilarious. You loot, we shoot, reads one sign, and if that message didn't go far enough, here's a message from the local constables.
I would highly suggest that if a looter breaks into your home, comes into your home while you're there to steal stuff, that you take your gun and you shoot him. You shoot him so that he looks like grated cheese.
Holy fuck, he did not just say that. Well, now that you've heard that, even I know I'm not going to be able to top that soundbite. So I just want to put out a big old thank you to Florida for helping us recreate the original Mad Max movies. And, of course, once again, Florida, thank you for helping America see and reestablish our faith in humanity, because nothing does that better than watching somebody run off with your TV in the middle of a natural disaster. Good on you. And I want to give credit for that interview with the constable, I called him, but the sheriff down there, or chief, whatever the fuck he was, the cop down in Florida. I want to give credit to Fox News. They're the ones who actually did that interview, and I got that soundbite from. And I just want to say fuck you guys for making me have to go through that goddamn thing. I ended up having to go through the website, and that's not really the crazy part. The crazy part is, don't ever fucking don't ever search in YouTube for Fox News. Not with a specific date, because I got, 2 pages of results from some wingnut who apparently really hates fucking Biden. And I'm telling you folks, beware of that guy. Anyways, what's next? Hey, a positive one. So it looks like Pembroke, New Hampshire gets to join the rest of us as a rather large fentanyl sting. Fentanyl? Well, a large fentanyl sting took place this week, and Kyle Goff, 28-year-old Pembroke resident, or as some would say, Kyle Goff, the 28-year-old unlicensed pharmacist and entrepreneur, was arrested with almost 400 grams of the drug that is quickly becoming known as heroin's angry big brother. Police actually pulled off a little operation with young Kyle as they got him to sell to a couple undercover operatives, usually means people who buy drugs. They arrested them and got them to go out and buy even more drugs and then tell them about it. And well, hopefully we won't have to hear, see, or deal with Kyle ever again. But considering how many people are walking out of court after committing the most heinous crimes lately, this podcast host is just going to assume Kyle's probably going to be on the news again for a whole nother fucking fentanyl sting. So, here's looking at you, Kyle. I look forward to talking about you on next week's episode as well. All right, what else we got? Oh, speaking of fentanyl, we now have multicolored fentanyl pills just in time for Halloween too. That's right, folks, the fentanyl crowd has taken a lesson from the ecstasy kids of the 90s and started making their drugs look like something like the old Flintstone multivitamins for kids. And just like when the ecstasy kids did it, and let me be clear about this because every time it happens, y'all go fucking nutty, no one is going to be giving them to your kids on Halloween. Drugs are expensive. No one is giving them away. I mean, do you really think that if one of these addicts even has a couple pills that they haven't already taken, do you really think these people are going to give up doing the zombie walk down Main Street in front of everybody and suddenly become people who share? Do these really seem like the people who share? No. These seem like the people who do the Michael Jackson Thriller dance down Elm Street without realizing that they're about 6 seconds away from Vincent Price giving them their eulogy. Think about this, folks. Every year we hear about this whacked out bullshit that watch out that nobody's giving your kids drugs. When's the last time you went and bought drugs, folks? Is that shit? It ain't free. So, let me put your fears aside, let me settle your anxiety, and just say, you're a fucking idiot. All right, well, We all know you're all looking forward to the second part of our adventures in Scientology, so without further ado, here's Let's Do, right after this. How do the words to this song go? I don't know, I forgot the words a long, long time ago. You can hum along to the shitty song while I try to remember how this song goes. I don't remember how this song goes. Maybe if I mumble what is it about? Maybe if I shout, I don't remember how the words to this song go. I wrote it down, and I remember how it sounds. I don't remember how this song goes. How did I win myself a Grammy? They must be deaf, dumb, and blind down there at the Academy. You can hum along to the shitty song. I don't remember how the words to this song go. How do the words to this song go? I don't know, I forgot the words a long, long time ago. How do the words to this song go? I don't know, I forgot the words a long, long time ago. How do the words to this song go? I don't know, I forgot the words a long, long time ago. Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da.
Let's do.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da. Oh shit, what are we doing again? Fuck. Thank you everybody for checking out episode 29's edition of Let's Do. And welcome back to Scientology Adventure Time, Part 2. That's right, folks. Last time in episode 28, we left off after we had made our way into the offices of what we assumed was the Church of Scientology. Luckily, no breaking and entering occurred due to a left open door, but we were definitely way too stoned to be chugging our way through their halls. Now, I should let everyone know that in no time did we find a symbol that said it was a Church of Scientology, but at no time in my life have I ever known what a symbol of Church of Scientology would be. And yes, no one said we are the Church of Scientology, but they did give me the address, so I assume what I assume. And as we said, while making our way down their halls, we ended up in an open room area, and getting back to our stories, we met our first person, who, and this is just judging the lady, based on, say, how she was looking at us, and we did not get the feeling that she was happy to see us. So just like the little good burnouts that we were that funny day, as soon as she said, "Wait here, please," and went looking for someone else, well, so did we. And yeah, we made our way down a different hallway than Nurse Ratchet went, and I have to say it again, they have one hell of a cleaning crew. I mean, this place was fucking spotless. But we walked not very far from the open room area and actually came across someone sitting in an office who was more than a bit surprised when I gave them a scare by popping my head in the door, and I'll admit it, I might have shit myself a little bit too, because I was definitely not expecting someone to be in there, so when she made a noise reacting to my sudden appearance, the only thing I could think to say was, "Boo!" And for some dumbass reason, I made a spooky "ooh" noise as I slowly backed away from the door. And I blame the weed, but I grabbed Will in the back and we power walked our asses towards the end of the hall. And this lady was just staring at us, like jaw to the floor. I'm guessing just a massive disbelief. And we quickly disappeared around a corner that I thought would lead to the church area in the front. And much like any girl I ever thought could someday be my wife, well, I was wrong. Very wrong about where we were headed. Surprise, surprise, right? So after we realized that we probably shouldn't have done this because, well, I don't know about Will in the back, but I was fucking lost. And I mean really lost. And other than the fact that we both very quickly realized the only way out of there was that we knew for sure to go back the way we came. And we also noticed, and I really should say Will in the back noticed, that this isn't just a Church of Scientology. This is one of those multi-denominational churches that celebrates all religions. So we weren't just pissing off the aliens that haunted L. Ron Hubbard's pederast brain. We were pissing off all the gods. Everywhere. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of proud of that one. We were equal opportunity assholes to all religions everywhere, and it was nice. Now I know what to put on my tombstone. So after Will in the back confiscated, finger quotes people, some educational religious reading material, we did our best to get the fuck out of there before we were sacrificed to some random god of a religion we've never heard of before. Hey, they're multi-denominational. That means anyone could be practicing their shit in that building. Fucking Louisiana voodoo monsters for all we know. And so we head back down the hallway the way we came, and of course, we run into the lady we met in the open area when we ended up there in the first place. Now, luckily Will in the back isn't a dumbass like me and put away the book he procured so he didn't get the fucked up looks that we did on the front steps with that motherfucking milk carton that I thought was such a good idea. Anyways, this lady has got a million questions like, where did you go? What are you even doing here? And what's with the microphone? And of course, are you supposed to be in here? And knowing me, you should probably know that my only response to give is, Mom, why are you trying to hide me? And that's when the lady from the front office that I peeked into comes down the hallway into the room we're in, where a small group of people are quickly forming around us. And like most of you out there in podcast listening land, she wasn't a fan of my jokes either. Now, if you want to know how old these people are for some strange reason, I can describe it with this. When the office lady came into the room, she immediately started bitching that she wanted the tape of our recording. She literally was demanding that I hand over the tape. So I got to spend 5 or 10 minutes explaining to her that the world has moved on from hairbands and cassettes, and ever since the invention of the iPod 20-something years ago, no one records on tape anymore. It's all digital. The recording was useless anyways because no one actually spoke into a microphone, which is the reason why I haven't bothered to play any of it. But these everlasting god slobberers didn't really seem to give a shit and demanded it anyways. So I don't know if they noticed or not, but while I'm explaining all this to them, Will in the back was moving his ass way in the back, making his way out of the fucking building. And of course, I'm just slowly walking backwards, saying stupid shit like, my, what a lovely coat you have here. And yeah, once again, it was easy to see they were still not fans of my jokes. So with a quick, I'd love to stay, but I've got an appointment with the guy nailed to a cross a couple doors down the other way. And again, crickets. No laughs. I'm starting to think God has absolutely no sense of humor. Well, I met up with Will in the back on the street, and we cut through a parking lot and got up to Main Street again and sought the coldest beer we could ever find. So I think it's safe to say we've probably avoided Newmarket, New Hampshire for a little while. But all in all, I'd say it was a pretty nice trip to the lovely land of Scientology that ended up being an affront to all gods everywhere. Mission accomplished, I suppose. Well, honestly, I don't know what the mission was, but we didn't catch a charge, so I'll call that a success.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da.
Let's do.
Da 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 da. Let's do. Da 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 da.
Oh shit, what are we doing again? Fuck. All right, everybody, that's it for episode 29 of the PeterPod Network. Episode 29 has come, and now it's got to go. So make sure to follow us on all the major socials. That's right, Facebook and Twitter do have the daily post right around 7 a.m. That way you can get a good laugh in before your boss makes you cry. If you got to send us a message, remember to include the THE for the PeterPodNetwork@gmail.com. And of course, as always, check out the archives at PeterPodNetwork.com. All the episodes, the songs, everything you need to get through your shitty little day at work. It's all there for you to listen to, and it's all free. So, from PeterPod, Will in the back, you guys have a great week. We'll catch you next Monday. And of course, go and fucking do something. Don't be lazy shits. This is a big world. Go try something new. Bye now.